We are at NAB 2016 with Blackmagic and their new firmware for the Ursa Mini. Tim, tell us about it.
Yeah, thank you for coming to see us, Chuck. It's great to have you on the booth once again. Massive new announcement for us this year on the Ursa camera platform. Last year we announced the 4.6K camera, and we've recently started shipping that. And one of the big things that we wanted to do to that camera was really work on the ergonomics of it. You know, when you build a relationship with the camera, it's not just about image quality; it's physically how you interact with it, making your ideas and visions, come alive through this tool that you've got. And we realised that this camera has a huge amount more potential. The hardware is only one half of the camera. This is the second half, and that's what we've announced this year at the show. So it's a brand new operating system for the Ursa Mini. It'll be shipping later on this year and free of charge to all Ursa Mini owners. I'll give you a quick overview now so you can have a quick look at some of the features.
All right, let's have a look.
So if I go into the menu screen, as you would normally do on the Ursa, you'll see here that the menu interface has been completely redesigned. First thing is, in terms of choosing a codec and resolution, all of our resolutions now are supported through ProRes. So ProRes now officially supports all of those Blackmagic resolutions that the Ursa camera can record. And it's a very simple way of choosing a particular resolution, format, and the camera itself will tell you what frame rates and options are available to you. There's some really nice little features that we've added in. First thing is, you can now have your own camera presets. And those presets could be for an event or it could be for an individual user, where you can load them up on a CFast card and you can export them and take them away with you and plug it into another camera and have it set up immediately the way that you happen to like it. And you can store these in the camera and then for future use. We know at the moment you can store about 6 presets. We're hoping we can get maybe up to 10 in there, so you can use for different operators or maybe for different environments that you're going to be shooting in. Another big addition to the software is the ability to add lookup tables. You can store up to 6 different lookup tables. These are 17-point tetrahedral lookup tables that you can export from DaVinci Resolve. You can load them up on a CFast card and load them into the camera. They're stored within the camera, and then you can choose a particular look or feel depending upon what it is you want to shoot. Now, when you load a lookup table into the camera itself will use that as a base lookup table. However, it doesn't write that into the file. What it does, it writes that lookup table as metadata into the file. So you're not destroying your core data by using a lookup table, but what you can do then is take that file and share it with another user, another operator, maybe take it into post-production, and then you've got that core data recorded in whatever format you want to shoot, but with the metadata containing the lookup table, so they can apply the look that you were working on when you were shooting. So that's a pretty cool new feature. In addition to that, there's a few extra functions that we've added in to try and make everything a little bit easier to use. First thing is, in terms of white balance, if I touch the white balance option on the screen now, I have a variable white balance control. It gives us a lot more options in terms of finessing white balance while you're on set. In addition, there's a little tint control, as you can see, touch screen left and right between magenta and green. In terms of shutter angle, the camera now intelligently gives you suggestions for shutter angle based on frequency of power. So if I'm working in an environment where perhaps it's 50 Hertz or 60 Hertz, in order to eliminate light flicker, the camera will tell me, based upon my frame rate, exactly what the recommended shutter angles will be. If I wanted to use something completely different, I can actually now manually type in a very specific shutter angle and use something that I wanted to use separately. In addition to that, we've added something we call Offspeed, and here in my record page, I have my project frame rate and my off-speed frame rates. I can turn on my off-speed recording and you'll see that this has now become active, and I can choose my off-speed frame rate. Once I've chosen my frame rate, back now on my monitor, I have my off-speed recording frame rate, and I can turn that on and I can turn that off very, very simply. So there's loads of new things in here. It's a completely different way of working. It is a completely new camera, and it just makes life so much easier. It's easier to work with, it's faster, it's simpler, and it just means when you're in those mission critical situations where you need to get that shot, Ursa becomes a much happier camera in those environments.
Very good. Thank you, Tim.
Not at all. Thank you, Joe.